Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I am so glad you are here. Today we are in my kitchen. We are back to cooking after our vacation. So if you're new here, I'm Leslie. I am the Farm and Pastor's Wife, and I'm so glad you're here. If you're back, welcome back. You know how much I love you. If you are new, I would love for you to hit subscribe, hit that bell notification, and be sure to give me a thumbs up and share my videos. I am super happy you guys are here.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air, yeah, the countryside is...
Okay, so tonight I'm going to cook a comforting meal for my family. I'm going to do chicken and dumplings. It's one of our favorites. I have done a video on this probably several times, but one in particular where I showed you 3 types of dumplings you can do. You can do the big fat fluffy dumpling, you can do the thin noodle type dumpling, and you can do what I call the working mama dumpling, which is just taking canned biscuits, pinching them off and dropping them in. Today I'm going to do kind of a variation between the fluffy dumpling and the thin dumpling. I'm going to go somewhere kind of in the middle because I'm not sure who's going to be here. My daughter loves the big fat fluffy dumplings. My son loves the noodle type dumplings. My husband really doesn't care. He kind of goes towards the fluffy dumpling. But I'm going to make these, I'm going to roll them out a little bit, but I'm not going to roll them out really thin. So they're going to be somewhere kind of in the middle. But the first thing I need to do is to get some chicken onto boil. I'm not going to use this whole package. I'm going to use maybe 4 chicken breasts, or at least these 3 large ones over here. And I will be saving the rest for something else. So I'm going to get that on to boil. The only thing I'm going to put in there is water, salt, pepper, and some poultry seasoning, and maybe a little chicken base. But we're going to get that going. Once that's boiled and it's good and tender, I will bring you back and show you the steps of making the dumplings. Hey, and if you want to see the video where I show you all 3 types of dumplings, I'll link that down below. It is a very old video. It was back in the kitchen before we remodeled, and so all my cabinets are blue and you might not recognize where you're at, but you are in my kitchen. So it's the older video, but I will try to remember to link that down below. If by chance I forget, just go look up the Farm and Pastor's Wife chicken and dumplings 3 ways. So all right, I'll see you back here just as soon as my chicken gets boiled and ready. Okay everybody, I've got my chicken breasts boiled and I have let them just sit in here for an hour or 2, and so I'm just going to grab the breast out of the broth. I'm going to hang on to the broth because that's what we're going to make as our soup for our dumplings, and I'm just going to let the breast cool and then I'm going to shred them. All right everyone, I have shredded the chicken, and yes, you can definitely use a mixer for that. However, if I was doing tacos or enchiladas or buffalo chicken dip, a mixer would be great. But in my chicken and dumplings, I want substantial chunks of chicken that I can get a hold of. So I shred this by hand or 2 forks, either way, just because I want to keep some chunks and not so finely shredded. So let me show you the broth. Over here is that delicious, delicious broth. I added just enough water to make it equal about half of the pot. And I'm now going to add in some cream of chicken soup just to give it a creaminess. I'll probably start with just 1 can, but I have 2 should I need them. But I think 1 can will be enough. Now let me talk about the dumplings because I've changed my mind. So I mentioned doing the middle of the road dumpling, but I have changed my mind because I found out Caroline is probably, and her family are the only ones that's probably going to be eating tonight. Bryant and I have something fun that just came up, and so we're excited about that. I don't even know if we'll get a chance to eat. I don't think Isaac will be here, so we are going to just make the fat, fluffy dumplings, which is the easiest. Well, the working mama dumplings are the easiest, which is the canned biscuits. But next to that, these are the easiest. So let me tell you what I have here in this bowl. I have 2 cups of my Southern Biscuit Formula L biscuit mix. Now, you don't need this. If you don't have Southern Biscuit Mix Formula L where you're at, you can use 2 cups of self-rising flour and a scant 1/4 of a cup of lard, and just cut that lard or butter into your self-rising flour. All right, y'all, and this is what you want your broth to look like. I've added the cream of chicken soup, and it's just enough to give it like a creamy look, but it's not thick. It's still very broth-like, but that cream of chicken soup just does something special in that broth. So, okay, so we're going to wait till it's about time for supper to make the dumplings. Ahead of game, as always, and so we'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, everybody, I'm going to turn my broth and soup mixture on and get it good and heating up. And I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken in there. And then it can be heating while we make our dumplings. All right, guys, I'll meet you over at the counter to make our dumplings. Okay, everybody, so like I said on the dumpling, if you do not have the biscuit mix, you can definitely use Bisquick because I think that's readily available to anybody. But self-rising flour and 2 cups of self-rising flour, 1/4 of a cup of Crisco or lard or butter flavored Crisco or even butter will work perfect. So I am just using my Formula L Southern Biscuit Mix, and I'm going to show you the texture. Now, you want to use sweet milk, or Bryant says, what's sweet milk? But regular milk, and I happen to have 2% this week. So, use milk instead of buttermilk. This is one time I use buttermilk for my biscuits, but you do not want to use buttermilk in your dumplings. So I'm just going, let's measure so I can tell you exactly how much. I'm going to pour a cup of milk in my little measuring container. And we will just pour a little at a time so I can tell you exactly how much. I like a little bit drier consistency than I would for biscuits. And if I was going to roll these out into the noodle type, I would be even drier than what I'm going to get these. All right. Okay, still a little crumbly, and I may have to go in with my hands a little bit. Bryant and I are going to do something super fun tonight. There we go. I believe this is the consistency I want. It's wet, but it's not like super wet. Still a little crumbly. So this is exactly the texture that I am looking for. All right, guys. I'm going to grab 2 spoons, and I will meet you over at the stove, and we will drop these in little by little. All right, I don't know if you can see, but my broth is slightly boiling just a little bit. And I'm just going to take small little dollops and drop them in there. You can make your dumplings as big or as small as you like, but smaller than a golf ball. That's about the size I'm going for. And I'm putting them around in different areas. I don't want to pile them up all in one spot. But let me tell you, if you guys are in a hurry, there is nothing better than to get a can of biscuits and just break them apart into 6 to 8 pieces. Just pinch off 6 to 8 pinches of a biscuit and do a can of biscuits in your dumplings. Oh my goodness. I mean, in your broth here, it is wonderful. All right, guys, I'm going to finish putting these dumplings in. I'll then put the lid on and just let them cook for about 10 minutes. Okay, everyone, all my dumplings are in, and before I put the lid on, I want to take just a wooden spoon and kind of give them all a little push down. Look how light and fluffy they look. Oh my goodness. So good. All right, we're going to put the lid on. Going to be sure it vents a little bit. And we're going to let it go for 10 minutes. As far as milk in my dumplings go, it looks like I used 2/3 of a cup because I have a third left. So that was 2 cups of my Formula L. And I used 2/3 cup of milk. So but just, you saw the consistency that I liked it. Not quite as wet as I would get a biscuit dough, but and if I was rolling it out, it would be even drier than what I had it today. I would work it more and flour the board and roll them out. But since it looks like Caroline's going to be the only one eating, I know her family likes the fluffy dumplings. So that's what we went with tonight. So I'm going to go wash my face and get ready because Bryant and I are going to take some dance lessons tonight. Super excited about that. You know, if you have watched my channel any at all, Bryant likes to cut a rug. Even though he don't know what he's doing, he likes to cut a rug. So at least we'll be trained. So, okay, we'll see you guys in just a little bit when it's time for the taste test. Okay, everybody, the dumplings are ready and done. So we'll be scooping these out and indulging in them in just a little bit. Look how fluffy and light and delicious they look. All right, look who's here, ready for the taste test.
Let's get this camera right. Okay, here we go. Get all my head in there.
All right, here's his bowl of chicken and dumplings. Here, let me switch these lights off because they always make a haze.
Look there. Look at that bowl. Looks delicious. All right, here we go. You ready, Mom?
We got company pulling up.
Company pulling up. So here we go. Going to get a quick taste test. She loves the drop dumplings, and Caroline likes the drop dumplings.
Isaac likes the rolled ones.
I like the rolled ones.
Oh, I thought you didn't care.
I don't care. That is great right there. Flavor is good. The soup part is good. The dumpling is very, it's very meaty and good and done all the way through. Sometimes you can't get them done, but she got these done. If you get them too big, you can't get them done.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
Have you done told them that?
Doughy.
Have you done told them that?
Yep.
Okay.
But these are good. All right, guys. We're going to sign off before our company walks in the door. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you love these chicken and dumplings. They're so super easy. And remember, you don't have to have that biscuit mix. Just self-rising flour and a little bit of lard or butter. All right, guys. I'll see you next time on the Farm and Pastor's Wife, where if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.